Thursday is here. It is time for the CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. I'm Jason DeRusha. Glad to be spending some time with you today. There's some big breaking news in the city of Minneapolis from overnight. We'll be covering that for you, as well as all of the stuff going on throughout Minnesota and western Wisconsin. Some updates as to things going on around the country, too. So all of that coming up in the morning update. We want to get you started with the weather. There is a chance for spotty showers today. So it's been dry for a bit. You probably felt the change last night at home. A little bit more humidity out there. I'm embarrassed to report we turned on the air conditioning last night. It was 78 on the thermostat in our home, even with some windows open. So we turned on the AC. Going to be humid out there. It is humid right now. So those spotty showers will pop up in the afternoon. Riley said most of you will not be wet, but, you know, just be ready for it if you have an outdoor, lacrosse or soccer or softball or whatever you have going on today. Outdoors, just be ready for that. And then tonight a bit humid as well. The weather has been spectacular, hasn't it? Oh, it's been so nice having this kind of summery fall weather. In one of our stories today, we alleged that there was a nickname for it. They called it autummer. So it's like autumn, summer. I'm going to say I don't believe that's a real nickname, but I do love this time of year. I think of it as like bonus summer in fall. To me, it's like the best time ever to be riding your bike. I actually commuted to my part-time job as debate coach at Maple Grove High School yesterday. It was so nice to be out there. But we wanted your opinion on which is the better bonus season. Do you prefer this right now, this bonus summer in fall, or the early dose of spring that we often get in the winter? So which is your favorite, bonus summer in the fall or early spring in the winter? Leave a comment on Facebook. We'll share through some of your thoughts in just a moment. Let's get you updated on a chaotic and a deadly night in downtown Minneapolis. There was gunfire, there was mayhem, there was a chase, two vehicles chasing each other through parts of downtown Minneapolis, and all of this ends with an innocent bystander who gets run over and killed. So all of this going down around 11 o'clock last night, a shootout between these two vehicles. We don't know if it was gang-related or not. Police say they don't know. But these two vehicles with people inside shooting at each other, starting near right near like 94 in Nicollet, and then going to the other side of downtown. This is the North Loop area. You see the aftermath when one of those cars crashed. Several people in the hospital. This is in the North Loop area, very close to Target Field. And police say this was happening several miles. 18th and Nicollet is where the argument began. And then this crash here. A woman who was riding in that area on a scooter, she is dead. The four men in both the cars are at the hospital. So we'll keep watching this, and we'll update you throughout the day here on CBSN Minnesota and on all of our social media platforms. Let's talk about COVID testing in school, because Minnesota health officials say they really want to ramp up the testing to keep kids safe, especially until kids under the age of 12 are able to be vaccinated. Governor Tim Walz and some other officials visited Carver Elementary School. That's in Maplewood. And you see in the nurse's office just boxes and boxes of COVID test kits, because any kid who has symptoms is given a test kit to take home. If it's negative, no problem. You come back to school. Classrooms don't need to quarantine because there's masking inside. The next step they're hoping to get to is giving students tests to take home for the whole family.
The psychology of being able to test in your own home and get results in almost instantly, more people will do it. And when more people will do it, we get better results on that.
And the governor says testing regularly will keep more students in school, and that's the goal. The health commissioner says masks help, too. There was a recent CDC study that she talked about that found schools with a mask policy are 3.5 times less likely to have an outbreak. Student loans. Do you have student loans? A lot of people are paying those student loans off until they're in their 40s. Some new change could wipe out some people's debt. Education Department overhauled the federal student loan program. So if you work in the government or a nonprofit sector like nurses, teachers, first responders, you are eligible to have your debt wiped out after you've made monthly payments for 10 years. So you make a lot of payments and then they wipe it out. The department also intends to expand the eligibility for this program to federal employees too, and then military members. New budget airline makes its debut at MSP Airport today. Are you into flying the super cheap budget airlines? It sort of feels like you're in a bus that's in the air. Allegiant Air begins service to 3 new destinations out of Terminal 2. I mean, the more airlines out there, the more competition. Hopefully that should mean lower rates for everyone. Nonstop flights begin today to Asheville, North Carolina, Palm Beach, Florida. Tomorrow, flights to Punta Gorda, Florida will take off. I've never been to any of those spots. One-way fares start as low as $38, but you know how it is with a budget airline. If you want to bring a bag on board, you pay. If you want to pack a bag, you pay. If you want to say hello to the pilot on the way in, that's $5. Just kidding. But that's kind of how that goes. Love this story about a young Twin Cities man on a mission to reach every police officer in the United States. This is a story about Matthew Johnson, who's done something that's changed his life. And who knows how many officers he's impacted. We know his thank you letters have gone out to 85,000 officers around the United States. 85,000. Johnson's on the autism spectrum. He decided 2 years ago that he just wasn't going to keep isolating himself. He really wanted to work on his social skills. And the way he kind of unlocked that was by interacting with and encouraging police officers.
It's been uplifting to see that I've been able to have such an impact, especially given how tough school was. Just being constantly bashed on and razzed and just being hated.
And that's the biggest thing, is it's encouragement. It keeps us coming in every day, doing our job day in and day out.
Matthew says he's been getting thank yous from all around the country. Officers saying, hey, I got your letter posted in my locker. I keep it on my desk. He says he hopes to reach every officer in the United States, either by card, through the mail, or through email. Matthew says he's also gotten great confidence out of this project. He graduated from Dunwoody College, and now he's working in a job specializing in electrical work. Pretty cool. Cruise line. I know a lot of people like to go cruising. Very popular here in Minnesota. And the first new cruise line in a decade is sailing in the high seas this morning. It's kind of delayed by the pandemic, but this is Virgin Voyages. It's called the Scarlet Lady. Set sail on its inaugural cruise from last night. Look at the good times people are having. Oh, yeah. Right? A little gambling, little shuffleboard. Billionaire Richard Branson, this is his foray in the cruise industry. You like the hammock there? This is a tattoo parlor. What? I mean, I guess you go on a vacation, you're like, you know what? Now is the time. Now is the time I'm getting that tattoo. Oh, look at this guy. I don't know if that's the advertisement Richard Branson is looking for. So there you go. That's new cruise line if you're into that. How about this? Outside Chicago. This is about 50 minutes or so outside of Chicago.
They are.
Hey, it's zebras running across the road. I mean, this looks like it's from the middle of a safari, this video, but nope. This is near Chicago. You know, the zebras apparently were at a petting zoo at a pumpkin patch, which again, I have several questions about. Doesn't that seem weird? Like, you got a pumpkin patch, you can have zebras there? I don't know. Funny video, though. They got them. Sorry, zebras, you thought you were making a run for it. You're like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. These stupid kids keep coming up and bothering me with their little gourds, petting me, wearing their weird costumes. I'm out. 2 hours of freedom. Sorry, zebras. You're back. I feel like that shouldn't be legal. I don't know, like the zebras at a... All right. Let's talk about your favorite bonus season. Is it now or is it early spring in the winter? Joanne says any extension of warm autumn days is A-OK in my book. These are the glory days. Thanks, Joanne. Here's Kaylee. Love a long fall. Yeah, some years it feels like we get kind of hosed on fall, doesn't it? Where, like, there's just nothing. Steve says early spring, or as he prefers to think about it, early end to winter. It always tricks you, doesn't it? Get that early spring, and then winter has one last gasp Paul appreciates both bonus warm spells. However, I must say the mid-winter warm-up is a welcome break from the cold. It is true. They call this a micro season. I just call it 2 weeks. Do we have to give it a name? Like, we have to really research this? I don't know. I guess the U of M discovered the micro season. Danielle, early spring. By that time, I'm way over winter. I feel that, Danielle. Like, I don't mind winter. I don't mind, it gets cold. I love the snow. That's fun. But, by March, you're like, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, this just feels like summer continuing, which is pretty great. We appreciate you spending the time with us. Don't forget, we'll update you all day. Couple things to be watching for if you have our CBS Minnesota app. Updates on the rain, the weather today, watch for that. And then, of course, breaking updates on the shootout and the tragic death of an innocent bystander in Minneapolis from the overnight hours. All of that available here on CBSN Minnesota. Have a good day.